I'm here.
Okay. Okay, so I wanted to have like an interim lesson with you, like rather than waiting a really long time. And
Video?
then,
You got some video there?
yes, yes.
Gonna see your smiling face.
I was sick last week, so I'm just kind of coming back up to speed. But video, and I know this is cutting short my time. I'll just have to do another one soon.
Oh, look at you. Hey, nice hair.
Hey, thank you. I'm trying to fool around with the hair thing. So I didn't want to wait 3 months and then not play for you.
Okay. All right, so you wanted to play right now? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I worked on the also I had a disappointing thing happen like 10 days ago at the open mic.
What happened?
I took it a lot harder than other people think I should have. But I don't know if it's going to be a good time. Anyway, really, I thought I was ready to play the introduction to Locomotive Breath.
Okay.
It's classical.
Okay.
And a friend was in from town who I have not heard play, but he's a professional player who got out of the business because he wasn't making enough money.
Mm-hmm.
And it was over at this bar, and honestly, it's kind of a rough atmosphere for me. Do you know what I mean? I really kind of want to migrate away into a more genteel atmosphere.
Cocktail piano, like hotel-esque kind of thing?
More, yeah.
Okay.
And so what happened was, they said, we hadn't practiced as a band on the Locomotive Breath, but we did play a couple weeks ago, kind of like I played like the first half of my introduction and kind of then just did something to make it work. And then, but this time I was going to do all of the notes.
Okay.
And I got halfway through and like I noticed that my right hand was an octave higher than I'd been practicing it. I mean, you would have been so proud of my practice. It was like the perfect practicing technique. So I didn't think it was a practice issue. I should have just, it bothered me and mentally that it was, you know what I mean? It made me, I like stuck there. And
so the fact that you were an octave higher, that bugged you.
Yeah, I was like, I was supposed to do, instead of doing that, I could have done it an octave higher, but I think that in the back of my mind, I was thinking about my friend being in the audience.
Sure.
But it wasn't like way up in front of my mind. And there were a couple other like places that I didn't quite make it. I think I probably got like a 80% out of 100.
So what was the disappointing aspect of it? The fact that you played it up an octave, or did something else happen?
No, that I didn't pull it off the way I really wanted to. And then what happened was, I had sort of made the offer that he could get up and use my keyboard after the number was all done, and he did. I shouldn't have stayed right next to him because the open jam leader is a female, and she had been asking me, turn it down a little bit. So I was kind of feeling with my soloing and my playing like, I don't want to be too loud for her and piss her off.
Yeah.
But when he got up there, they started playing the Doobie Brothers, Without Love, Where Would I Be Now? That one.
Yeah.
And he just started rocking out in the key of G. And I was looking at what he was doing. And I was like, this isn't, this is not as hard as some other things that Willie's, but he was confident.
Mm-hmm.
And and she had just brought people that she's working with, that she wants to be in a, like, have another band with, and the girl was singing like, she was singing a Stone song. It was, anyway, she was the soloist, and there was a lot of delay for shutting things down, and he was like, that, that was after him, and they were like, after a while, he was playing, they were like, yeah, 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 and I was like, I was going, It was mental. It was all up here.
All right.
Like I was
so
going,
hold on, your video is breaking up. So do me a favor, shut off the video for a second. Just click on the video button again. That way I'll be able to hear you, even if I can't see you right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, that way I can listen to you, and the audio shouldn't break up then. All right, so I got that he sat in, like you were standing there watching him. He was rocking out.
I was watching their faces, smile, big at him, big, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like,
okay.
Oh my God, I don't know. It was just mental. And then I went home that night, and I actually I have a problem, like that I'm in the process of fixing, but because of all the working out, and somehow even if I hydrate a lot, after I spend the night like that, I'm susceptible to being woken up at night with cramps, and it was terrible. I was stuck in the bathroom with cramps that wouldn't go away. I was jumping in the hot tub, and I was crying my heart out. And I was thinking, oh, great. Now I'm going to get cramps at this place all the time, all this junk in my head. And I won't even be able to go in there. And I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of things that I want to tell you, to keep it in perspective. First of all, come on, music is like in terms of instrumental, it's more male dominated, I would say, than female dominated. Usually a female role in music is typically singers. I'm not saying any of this is the way it should be. I'm just saying, like my observation, this is what I've observed, and maybe you've observed something different. But so there's a real male-dominated aspect. So that means coming in as a female, immediately it's like, stuff to prove and all of that. So you got all of that, like already there working on you. I want to remind you that it was just a year ago that you started playing semi-professionally, and kind of moving into like this more professional vein. So it sounds like this guy has already done the whole, he's played professionally.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're kind of comparing apples and oranges, It's like,
it's not even.
Right. So it's not fair for you to compare yourself to him. However, believe me, I get it. It's like, you go and you see them all like, ooh, smiling and whatnot and happy with his playing, and that gets you feeling, down on your own playing. This is.
I shouldn't even be standing here next to him. I should just go out and just chill like everybody else, and relax
and you see, the thing is that each one of these things that happens, these experiences that you build up, this is how you learn this stuff. Like now next time someone's going to sit in, you get out of Dodge. It's like, there you go sit in, and I'm like, I'm going to go get some water or whatever. Now you start to realize, okay, maybe this isn't my scene. Maybe that's not my crowd. Or, like there's certain things that you have to do. Like there's something else I want to remind you is that, like I had a situation actually with Valerie and the kids. Valerie told me something years ago that never left me. I said I wanted to do another album, and she asked me, are you going to play music that people want to listen to? It's like, ooh. It was like it was a blow, because the albums that I've done is all original music. So it was just a 1-2 punch. And then she
Yeah.
came to a performance. She usually never came to performances, but 2 years ago at Christmas time, she and the kids came to a performance. And I remember, and it's the kind of performance where people are walking in and out. And I remember as people were leaving, and all I could think about in my head is, are you going to play music that people want to listen to? You're going to play music that people want to listen to, because she's sitting there with the kids. And this is where it's like I gotta say, you know what? I'm a professional. This is what I do. Like, I play music, and I have to just do my job now and put that out of my head. And I say that to you as well, in that, like, you're moving in a professional arena, and that's what you have to do. It's like you just have to put that stuff out of your head. There's always going to be people that are better. There's always going to be people that are worse. It's like you're not trying to play like anyone else. You're trying to play like yourself, and you're trying to just
Right.
express yourself. And it's important to remember that music is music, and no one's going to die. And
No,
it's
right.
like we're not curing cancer here or landing a plane on
No,
an
which
aircraft carrier.
can add a little level of shame to the whole thing, because I do believe that, and I'm like, well, what's the matter? Come on now. But at the same time, if
It-
you think that this is something that you kind of were made to just do, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it stings. It's like, come on. It's like, we all
Stinks.
we have emotions. And so I'm telling you, it's absolutely fine, and it's absolutely you're right on track. Like, these are
Oh, good.
these are the types of things that you're going to deal with, and I wish I could have some sage advice in that, like, oh, you do this, this, and this, and that's how you don't deal with them. No, my best advice I can give you is soak them up. All right, there's something in Buddhism called the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows. So it's like you can't have just joy; you also have to have sorrow
No,
to
you're
balance
right.
it. So, so this is
That's
the
interesting. You know what Mark said to me after that? I said, "Well, I messed up." And he goes, "Embrace the mess up." He says when you go, he says when you play, he says if you mess up, do it, do it a second time and call it jazz.
yeah.
He's a Berkeley guy,
Yeah.
He really is. I mean, he did all that.
Yeah, and
So
and there are times that I do that. Sometimes I like if I hit a note that I didn't want to hit, I will go back to it and keep working it, just trying to like figure out new ways of like, oh, maybe I can like just jam that in there and make that work. But it's I just want to remind you to like go easy on yourself. All right, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up.
okay,
Okay.
thank you. I think that might be what I needed today.
Yeah, I mean it's like you just keep working and you keep like when you get those moments in which it's like wow you got knocked down a little bit. It's like this is the test. See, the test in music is not can you learn these scales and can you like play a certain technique. The battle in music is a battle with yourself. It really is. And that's the battle in the arts in general. You look at the lives of any artist, and it's not an easy thing that we're trying to do here. I mean, first of all, society doesn't truly value what it is that we do, especially in
Right.
music. I mean, you look at the live music scene, and now you'll get one guy with a guitar and a drum machine and all this, and like people are like, "Oh, that sounds awesome! It's great! It's just like a real band." They don't get it. They don't get the interaction that happens, But when they actually see it happening, then they're like, they like it, but I don't even think they even know why they like it better. So,
Yeah.
you're dealing with all of these things that get thrown in your way. And like your friend Mark, played music but then stopped because it just didn't pay enough. And now my take on that as a musician is that's weak thinking. That might be a little harsh on my part to say that, but I mean, what did I do? Like I went into teaching and I
Yep.
built this business, but
Sure
it wasn't
did.
like I got out of music because like, oh, forget it, I'm gonna go be an accountant or something. Um, so
Yeah.
it's like we are given a gift of creativity.
Yeah.
Use it. So in this situation where I'm gonna offer you some suggestions here, and
Go ahead.
I hope you really think about them. Like just like let them sit for a while.
Okay.
Um, so um, uh, so I don't know exactly how old you are. You don't have to tell me how old you are, but you're over 50, right?
Yeah.
Or yes?
Yes.
Okay, over 50. Um, you're a female, you're a woman over 50 who has been in music, kind of like enjoyed music for many years, but now you've like actually now decided to go and do this like professional enterprise.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
that's a story, okay? There are many women who are all different ages, all different decades that are like, oh, no, I won't even go out and play. But
Yeah.
now you're doing this at an age bracket in which most people are like, oh, no, I'm just happy. Like, no, I don't have to do anything, you know? Like, I just want to, like, stay in. They go in rather than putting themselves out there.
Okay.
A suggestion for you is to write about it and
Okay.
share that with other women out there. Women need other strong women like yourself, and you are a strong woman. To put yourself out there is real strength. You know, there's like like I've kind of read feminist stuff and try to like be open-minded and learn about this stuff. But I mean, I think that there's like fake strength and there's real strength. The fake strength is like people are like, you know, they like to rattle their sabers and say how strong they are. But real strength is like when you're actually doing shit, you know, like actually going out there and performing. That shows real strength. So you're showing that, and I know that there would be other women, men of course as well, but you could speak directly to women about that and
Mhm.
kind of voice and like a catharsis of putting these ideas out there. Like, look, this is what happened. Not like a journal or a diary, but kind of like a journal or a diary. You know, like putting your
Mhm.
thoughts out there and what has happened in like a blog or something like that. You know, you could do a website that could be part of your website. You should now start to be thinking about Mary Copland, Mary Beth, whatever.com.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a website yet?
No.
Okay.
Well, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we should start talking about that because you should definitely get a web presence. And on there, and actually I could help you with that as well because there's some new stuff like WordPress is easy to like put on the website, but then there's like
Right.
these new themes like the Divi theme. We're actually using that on Piano with Willie, and it's all like drag and drop. So it doesn't
Okay.
take much to like figure out. It's not like you have to like sit back there and code a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Right. Good.
Um, and
I'm
then do a
familiar with
blog
WordPress.
and then do
Mhm.
a blog. Yeah, and you make it so you start putting your stuff out there and did another gig last night. Oh, this is what happened. And what you might find is I mean, I'll tell you, it would not be much of a stretch for that to then turn into a book, for that to then turn into like these other opportunities. You'd be surprised. Again, being a male-dominated field, to have a
Right.
woman come into this, not in her 20s, like doing a like a female rock band, but later in life. Yeah, there's a story there, most definitely. And you could definitely be like a beacon of like strength for these women that are
Encouragement. I
right.
like to encourage people a lot.
Yeah. And
Okay.
if it never went anywhere, you could at least just put your thoughts out there.
Yeah.
And I think you would
Yeah.
find that, given some time, as it starts to work through the Google minefield there, that given time, you would get like people that would be very interested in what you're saying. So,
Okay. So this was very encouraging. I'll see you soon. I'll book another lesson because thank you. It was encouraging, Willie. Thank you.
good. All right. So
I
now, do you
did.
have anything
Mhm.
technical wise that I mean? I got a few minutes left. I don't have to be off until 4. So,
Well,
do you have
I'll tell
anything
you what
technical
I've been
wise?
doing. I've been doing
Yeah. Okay.
contrary chromatic to
Yeah.
start. Working that, trying to take it in kind of small bursts. And then the you had me start into the paradiddles, and I did actually. When I was at the open jam last week, I was using that.
Okay.
You know, I was playing one hand off of the other more.
Yeah.
Um,
A good one to try working is just like put on like your drum beat, and then like even just taking something like your C7 chord, right? I'm recording video, so you'll have this on video. This is just your C7 with the third and the fifth, the fourth and the sixth, and I'm sorry, the fifth and the seventh, fourth and the sixth, third and the fifth. So and it just. And all I'm doing is like playing the root and the seventh down in it, and you notice I keep ghosting that thumb there. So I put the drums on. There it is on D, F. Now, the reason that stuff is good, well, I mean, you could probably hear it, but I mean, it's great because it just gives you that cool little groove stuff to work in the middle of a song. Remember when improvising that there's melodic improvisation, but then there's also harmonic groove-based improvisation. So you could do that for an improv right there, and it's kind of cool, you know? So
yes, it was. You played the low one, right?
Yeah, so like if I do it on, let me do it on F. So I'm just playing F and E flat. And I'll put that grace note in there, the minor third up to the major third. And this is cool. Flat E. You know, make a whole blues out of that. So when you're going from the F to the B flat. G flat 7 there, kind of a cool tritone substitution. And then C, you can go up the half step to D flat.
Yeah.
C. I think you were doing those preacher chords as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like...
Yes.
So that's a cool groove right there. Like, we're just working that kind of stuff to be able to have that in your repertoire, and that's kind of how you can like kind of bring in some of that preacher chord stuff as well.
Right.
All right.
Okay, I'll work on that. And can you tell me one thing to do about the website? You said go to WordPress, pick out a template.
No. What you want to do is the first thing to do is pick a name. So go to GoDaddy.com, register a name.
Familiar with that.
Yeah, I mean, if you have like a name, like it's like, you know, Mary Beth Complin or whatnot, if you're like, bam, that's what I want, then register it for 10 years. If you're kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to keep it or like change it, then only register it for a year or 2 years. Okay?
All right.
But you're better off like, because when you register for 10 years, it's like $80 or something.
Right.
So just register for 10 years, and that looks better for Google as well. They like seeing that your name is registered for a while.
For a long time. Okay, I'll do
And then
that.
once you do that, then I can give you some other. There's don't do more than that. All right.
Okay, good.
I want to
I'm
see you
gonna
do
check
more
back
than
in with
that.
you.
And then when you do
Huh?
it, this is important. Just register the domain name. Don't get privacy. Don't get domain name protection. Like it should literally cost you
Right.
$10 a year times however
Okay.
many years you're gonna
Okay.
keep it. All right. So
Okay.
if it's more than
Right.
$100, then you're adding on something more than you need to, and that's for 10 years if it's more than
Got it.
$100. All right.
Okay, my friend.
So yeah, do
And I'll
that,
check
and
back
then
with
once
you
that's
in
done, let
about
me know.
a week or 10 days. I'm gonna check back with you in about a week or 10 days. Okay.
Sounds good.
I was gonna play, but you know what? This is when that whole thing happened. I was like, oh, we're locked the Willie.
It's all right. We got time. Everything is good.
You know what I mean?
You're moving in the right direction. And like I said, think about that. You know, having a blog or something that you could write
Yeah.
these ideas, I think would be very cathartic for you.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm 63.
Wow, damn. Well, you don't look 63. So,
Well, I tell people when I go to CrossFit, I'm punching old age in the nose to make it go away, and then I duck real fast because it tries to hit back.
yeah, there you go. There you go. I
That's
love it.
right.
I love
Okay,
it.
thanks.
All right, take care, Mary Beth.
See you, my friend. Thank you.
Hello to Ed.
I will. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Bye.